victims of Americanism are waking up, and they're gaining a new political consciousness, becoming politically mature. And as they develop this political maturity, they're able to see the recent trends in these political elections. Any minority that has a block of votes that stick together is in a strategic position. Either way you go, that's who gets it. You're in a position to determine who go to the White House and who stay in the doghouse. You're the one who has that power. You and I have never seen democracy. All we've seen is hypocrisy. Today, and look around America, we see America not through the eyes of someone who has enjoyed the fruits of Americanism. We see America through the eyes of someone who has been the victim of Americanism. We don't see any American dream. We've experienced only the American nightmare. We haven't benefited from America's democracy. We've only suffered from America's hypocrisy. And the generation that's coming up now can see it and are not afraid to say it. And are not afraid to say it. And are not.
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. What's up, everybody?
Yo, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right.
Yep, I could definitely hear you. Peace and blessings, everybody. Welcome to the People Before Politics radio show. Let me see if this thing worked, man.
Episode 391. 9 shows away from our 400th show.
Yeah, did you hear that?
I heard that. It started to hear it.
Let me see.
391.
You heard that?
Yeah, a little piece of it, not the whole thing.
I gotta figure that out. I gotta figure what's going on that it's making it do what it do. No. Yeah, I gotta figure that one out. Interesting. So it's good, AJ. What's happening?
I'm good. I'm coming through clear. I look clear and everything.
Yeah, you look good.
I decided to use my my iPhone instead of the computer today. See what
really?
Happens. Yeah. The screen a little smaller, but you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to make sure. I wanted to see if I sound clear and hear.
Looks good.
Yeah, just in case I had to do this, I just testing this out.
No. It definitely looks good, man.
That's what's up. It
definitely look good.
Yeah.
So, we had I'm trying to bring it up for all y'all that are watching. Thank you for watching, and also we're gonna put in the description. I'm gonna start doing some things, and it's for men, and we're gonna have women too, but it's the smell of the day. We're gonna do the smell of the day, and the smell of the day, it is called Hawass Ice. Now that's the smell of the day, and as y'all can see, I put a dent in mine. I took this to my trip to Jamaica because this is a warm, hot weather cologne, gentlemen. They are different. They are colognes that only wintertime, and they're colognes that are for the summertime. So this Hawass Ice is strictly beast mode. It's going to last you 6, 7, maybe 10 hours, depending on your skin. And the first 2 hours is just going to linger. You're going to walk by people and they're going to say, "Oh, who has that on?" Right? So the scent trail is excellent on this. And I just wanted to actually read the top notes of frozen apple, Italian bergamot, Italian lemon, and star arise, whatever that is. The mid notes is orange blossom, plum, and cardamom. Base notes is moss, driftwood, amber, musk. This is a great, great summertime smell, and you'll smell like $1 million, and you're only gonna run you like $60.
So for those that don't know, how do you know what smells are for the summer and what smells are for the winter?
Well, most of the blue smells, the blue fragrances are usually for the summer. But I suggest anybody just buy. Some people just buy what's trending, and they really don't put a research. I suggest anybody that's really into smells that as y'all can see behind me, I'm really into smells. Really do your research, go on YouTube and find out, a lot of the wood scents that have wood or really heavy with oud, those are wintertime smells. But the blues, a lot of the blues, some blues can be rocked in the winter and summer. Some blues can do it, but a lot of the blue scents are summertime.
Now, see, I asked that question not just for the audience, for me.
Yeah,
you gave me one that has like a woody smell or whatever, and I rocked that this morning. So.
Nah, that's for the winter. Like you could get, I mean, dude, like to be honest, you could wear whatever you want to wear, right?
Right.
But some of the winter are so deep and intense. In the summer, it's just you're just gonna drown them out, and you don't want that. Like you want to, summertime, with the wind blowing, you want a nice light, lemony, rosy, and men men wear rose scents. I got a couple of dope rose scents. They're unisex, but they're more on the masculine side. The other night I wore one because I knew I was in a closed area, and I wanted to have that boom when I walked people. So it just depends on, your style, whether you like, heavy scents or you like light scents. But for the spring, summer, and the hot weather, try to get a nice blue, something fruity and with florals, and not a lot of oud, not a lot of wood, because wood is, the wood senses are more for the winter time.
Oh, now I know.
Yeah, and
like that commercial, like that commercial. Now I know, and no one has to battle. G.I. Joe.
Exactly. I'm gonna paste the link. I'm gonna paste the link in the comment. It's on Facebook, and okay, it came up on YouTube too for those who are watching, and we're gonna put it in the description later tonight. I'll just put the description, but definitely if you're trying to get something for the man in your life, or even, I don't know, whoever you like, or uncle or something like that. This is a nice scent. This is a nice scent for the summer. And every Saturday morning you could check me out. I'm doing Balling with the Budget. Because we talk about cologne scents that are not going to break your pocket. A lot of these niche colognes are costing $350, $400, $500. And if you're smart, you could get the same DNA, for $50, $60 that will have the same long-lasting effect. And it's not about the name, it's about how you smell. Nobody's gonna worry about the name. They're gonna worry about how you smell. So, it takes time. And I like to talk about things like that. So, check me out Saturday mornings at 11 o'clock, Balling with a Budget. But today's set for People Before Politics is Hawass Ice. And I put the link in. You could get it on Amazon. Comes real quick. And, the warm weather is here. Like I said, I wore it out to Jamaica, and people were asking me what I had on. And, this it's a good smell. Now there's two of them. There's Hawass and there's Hawass Ice. Hawass Ice is a little lighter than Hawass. Yeah, it is.
No, I'm getting comments. When you got family members. So my cousin Panama Michelle Harris is watching in Vegas, and she keeps like, slide to the left. I don't see your banner. Slide to the right. You got too much of your banner. Get the banner out. I'm trying to readjust. Yeah. So anyways.
Yeah. Shout out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for directing AJ to get him right in the middle of the screen. So that's it, man. But definitely, I put the link in it. It's a great gift. It doesn't cost a lot. And check me out on Saturdays, Balling with the Budget, and where we talk about great smelling scents that ain't gonna break your pocket. You can smell like a millionaire and don't have to spend $1 million.
That's what's up. Shout out to Tony Old School Mitchell. I saw his name in the. He's checked in somewhere.
Peace and blessings, Tony, my man. What's happening? So I wanted to put up a couple of articles that we did.
There we go. Like we always do it this time. I come for mine. While you're doing that, shout out to my man Alfred Allen Porter. He does this open mic every third Friday. So he asks your man, and this is my homeboy from like high school. You know what I'm saying? He asked me to come through, kind of like to help with the promotion a little bit of his open mic. And he was like, bring your books and get up and say a couple of words. So, I do all these author talks. Like today I spoke about the women's book for Women's Month at a church this morning. That's cool, but this is an open mic though. So it's like, you just can't get up and just talk about your book at an open mic. So on the way there, shout out to my man, Dr. Bob. Dr. Bob was driving. So on the way there, I just pulled out the pen and the pad and I jotted down a few notes about my book in the spoken word form and did it. You can see clips of it on my IG, on my TikTok. I think I got to put it up on Facebook too. But it was kind of cool. The crowd was small, but it's growing. Shout out to Infinite and his wife that came from Yonkers and a few other people that came through. But it was cool though. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't really did that in a long time. So I jotted it down. I tested it out on Dr. Bob in the car. He was like, yeah, that's it. And I just dropped it. So and it was a good little promotional video for the book too. You know what I'm saying? To promote the book.
Absolutely.
Put on the thing. So that was the first time I just, I wasn't going to get up there and rhyme. But I was like, it was spoken word. Everybody was throwing poems and spoken word pieces. And one dude, peace to the brother, I don't know his name. We called him the human jukebox because he got up and played on the acoustic guitar. He did everything from Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick to the Ozzy Brothers Sexual Healing to Curtis Mayfield. Whatever he played, this dude killed it. It sounded just like it. And he was amazing. So it's a good joint. You just look for the promotion. The flyers on Facebook is every third Friday. Shout out to my man Jolo's Kitchen in New Rochelle. You know what I'm saying? It was at his spot. And he's in the book too because he was in the group I with Pete Rock. So you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I just wanted to shout that out. I did that Friday. And shout out to the women who invited me to the church out in Croton. They had me out in Croton this morning. Damon Croton. I was like, yo, I don't be in Croton. I'm like, yo, I see it on the map, and I ain't never been in Croton on the Hudson. Yo, word up. So they had me there, speaking to the women, speaking to the audience about Black women for women's history, and they brought some books, and I appreciate them. So I just want to shout those people out, and shout out to Lane who set that up with the church in Croton.
Oh, yeah, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we also attended the rally.
Oh yes.
Uh,
One of the ladies that was at the rally was at the church. Leah from Westchester Coalition of Police Reform.
okay.
She was there. She was like, she spoke because she sat next to me. She's like, "How did I do at the rally? How did I sound?" So I said, "Yo, you did your thing." You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Leah, the Westchester Coalition of Police Reform, and everybody who came. It was various groups, and they stood up for Palestine. You know, for a ceasefire in Palestine and to speak up against the injustice. And it was in front of the county building just before County Executive Latimer did his state of the county address. So like everybody, whether they came that way or not, because you was allowed to go, you walk in the building on the side, and this is in the front. But they all heard the protests as they drove by and as they were looking for parking and as they was making their way around to the side. And News 12 covered it, Low Hud covered it. It was a good turnout.
I think the Intercept covered it.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Someone asked me for my name. I think he's from the Intercept.
Oh, okay.
I think it was the Intercept.
I wish I knew, because then I would have introduced myself. That might have been the interview. I don't know. That was the reporter who interviewed me.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think it was a good turnout.
They did what. I just want to say this before we even talk about that. The Muslims, the Palestinians, and some were Jewish. There was an issue on the table. They wanted to make some noise and bring some attention to it. And they did what we be trying to get our brothers and sisters to do.
That's where I was. That's exactly where I was going.
And I say that to say, and I said this before, a couple of years ago, 1 million Puerto Ricans in Puerto Rico hit the street to say their leader had to go. Like 1 million Puerto Ricans hit the streets. We can't get 5 people to meet me at any city hall tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like so like you democracy is a participatory sport. You know, you can't sit there and complain about what you don't like or throw rocks from the internet, you know what I'm saying, on social media if you're not willing to get out and make some noise. And it was peaceful. There was some adversaries, some haters that came through and tried to rile it up, but for the most part they kept it peaceful and they did their thing and they showed their pride and they showed some of the Palestinians, they were I don't know if they're Palestinian Muslims, so I don't want to mischaracterize them, but they did this dance that is cultural to where they come from. You know what I'm saying? At the end, and I didn't know nothing about that. It was a beautiful thing to see that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a ceremonial dance and all that. Yo, we got to get up. We got to stop complaining, and we need to take it to the street. I appreciate people like Jesse Van Lew and Save Mount Vernon who will have a press conference in a rally, you know what I'm saying, in front of Leicester Towers when a young man gets shot in broad daylight, 10 o'clock in the morning, you know what I'm saying, to bring the issue up against a public safety, or on the steps of City Hall, or on the steps of the police department, or wherever it need to be. Even he's been out at the county, you know what I'm saying, and county building. So this is more, I like to see more of us do that instead of just complaining about our issues and wonder why ain't nobody paying us no damn mind. You know what I'm saying? We got to watch, I mean, they had at least, I didn't do a count, but as an estimate, they had no less than 50 people there. And at one point, probably more, because some people came and left. You know what I'm saying?
It probably would have been more if it wasn't Ramadan.
Right. And then Ramadan. You know what I'm saying? Like, they still were out there. You know what I mean? Like, they were out there,
The question, the question is, where are the Black people in this? Like, we have, and there's a piece I wrote on Black Westchester. We have been the civil rights movement and the Black Power movement have been locked in step with the Palestinian struggle since Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, Stokely Carmichael, the Black Panther Party, Reverend Jesse Jackson Jr., Jesse Jackson. You know, all these people recognize the struggle, you know, of the Palestinian people. And, you know, we see nothing, you know, from the majority of today's Black leaders, you know, as is reference to Palestine, you know, and that's crazy, right? We don't even see even none of the pastors talking about it when, you know, that's the birthplace of Jesus, you know. So how can you be silent when all that's going on in the birthplace of the man that you say is the Son of God, you know? And I think I really think is sad, you know, that many of us are scared to be called anti-Semitic or anti-Israel or anti-Jewish, you know.
Yo, what's your hat say? My brother look like a nifty looking hat there. I can't see what
It says Jesus is a Black Palestinian. And they're all saying now, and I'll put the link in the thing. But we have to, you know, we have to understand that. You know, just like at the rally, AJ, the man called
us anti-Semitic,
right?
And we was like,
no, but you're anti-Black.
He said you're anti-Black, and then the Jewish gentleman said, "Why are you calling me anti-Black? I'm not anti-Black. Why you call me anti-Black? Because I disagree with you? Because I don't agree with you?" I said, "Isn't that the reason?" We both said, "Isn't that the reason you call us anti-Semitic?
Right?
Because we don't agree with you.
Because we don't agree.
You know what I'm saying?" But when we called him anti-Black, he was just like humming, like Ralph Crandom. Like he couldn't, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't get no words out. He didn't know what to say because he probably had never been called that before, and probably was caught off guard and was like, "What? Why you call me anti-Black?" Like,
listen, I tell anybody,
and he was offended, and I'm glad that the offense that he felt is how I feel when people call me or call others anti-Semitic for not agreeing with you. And let me just be clear, you know, the whole thing about Jesus being a Palestinian Jew, yo, if you as a Christian, as a human, let's not even be, just as a human being, but especially as a Christian, a follower of Jesus, if you can't express concern over the loss of innocent life on both sides, and you get mad that I'm saying more than what Hamas did on October 7th, which we've condemned, was horrific, and we're now saying what Israel is doing is horrific, to say that they call me a Hamas supporter or they call me anti-Semitic because I don't agree with the actions that you're doing. How could anybody who calls himself a Christian, a follower of Jesus Christ, who was a Palestinian Jew, and you know, when I say stuff like that, I know the AME Zion Church put this out there, but I went and did a deep dive. I even talked to my pastor to make sure it was biblically correct, because Jesus Christ, they say Jesus Christ of Nazareth of Galilee. Nazareth is in Israel, is a Palestinian city in Israel, but Jesus was born in Bethlehem, which is in Palestine, which is, you know what I'm saying? So he was a Palestinian Jew. So to not have empathy for the people being killed on both sides, that innocent lives, makes you a hypocrite to what you stand for, what you say you stand for. Let me just be clear. You know what I'm saying? Jesus came for all people. Them stories that they're told in the Bible of when he walked, he never, even when the disciples said no, to the Jews, he wasn't just keeping the word to the Jews. He had Paul go out and give it to the Gentiles. Like, it's not just yours. You know what I'm saying? Like well, you don't just own this thing. You know what I'm saying? You don't just own this.
But the
fact, your life is not more important than anybody else's life. That is the point. That is the major point. Your life is not, and your opinion is not more important than my opinion. Your right to believe what you want to believe and stand for what you stand for is not more important than my right or anybody else's right to stand for what they want to stand for. So if I don't blindly follow what you're saying, that does not make me or anyone else anti-Semitic. That's
right.
I'm gonna let Damon take over from there.
No, what you said, you said everything that needs to be said. But the question is, where are the black pastors, especially in Westchester County, where you see everything that's going down as far as this AIPAC stuff and George Lattimore, and they have to take it. They're going to have to take a stand sooner or later, because if not, the political process for black people is going to be taken away, and we already see, nobody, I don't understand. Like, you got 2,300 Republicans is going to transfer over.
That did transfer over, yeah.
Right, that transferred over. The Democratic chair says nothing, all to take out Jamal Bowman. And as I told Wagstaff, do you honestly think those 2,300 is going to vote for your black ass? When Cacase
right.
family is historically Republican. So you're supporting someone that's being supported by people that ain't even going to vote for you. If you're supporting that person. But usually a lot of the leadership, especially in Mount Vernon, is getting behind George for whatever reason they want to get behind George. But that's being a detriment to William Wagstaff's campaign for to be the first black district attorney in Westchester County.
To have a civil right attorney as the Westchester District Attorney, that's even more important than what the color of his skin. But before we get into the election, and while we're still talking about Gaza, don't take my word for it. It's not even, it's going past regular news outlets when the Rolling Stone magazine runs a piece about Israel lobby pushing the lie that people are not starving in Gaza. As Gaza nears famine, pro-Israel lobby AIPAC instructs supporters. Now, let me just say this. I want y'all to listen. As Gaza nears famine, the pro-Israel lobby AIPAC instructs supporters to tell lawmakers that reports that people are starving in Gaza are false. This week, Washington's top Israel lobby is rallying the supporters to go to Capitol Hill to falsely claim to lawmakers as Congress that the reports of people starving in Gaza and Israel blocking aid is false. So not only is this group who George Latimer said, Bowman is getting all his money from outside of the district, this is a Washington-based pro-Israel lobbying group. So that is outside of our district. So they are, and these are the people that support George Latimer. Now, George, listen to me carefully, and whoever runs with George, please go run tell this. Pay attention to these next words and go run tell this. I got nothing against George. I personally don't have nothing against George, but I have a problem. We supported you with CE. We endorsed you against Astorino. We supported and endorsed you in your second election. We covered a lot of the things that you did that were good as county executive. But in this situation, two things can be true. All those things can be good, and what you're doing now is wrong. You have a group of people, Washington's top pro-Israel lobbyists, instructing, and I want you to read. We have the article. I'll put the link up or something. It's in Rolling Stone. They even have the document that they're telling their members and people that follow them to go to the lawmakers in Congress and tell them these things. that are being said about them blocking humanitarian aid is false. About the people in Gaza coming to damn near famine and starving is false. And several other things. Yo, this is wicked. It's not only that this is being done by Israel to Gaza, but you're now instructing your people to go to their legislators and lie that these things are not happening. This ain't cool. And they represent you. So my question to you, George, because you like to take words around and say people are throwing campaigns against you to mess you up and call us operatives for Bowman. This has nothing to do with Bowman. It is the people that you have taken over $607,000 from in the last quarter, who encouraged you to run, who are doing these things and are trying to change the narrative of what is really being done and put pressure on all the other legislators that they gave money to so they can go ahead and continue to put out this lie and this false narrative that that Israel is doing nothing wrong and that all these reports are false. This didn't even come from a traditional news source. The reason why I thought this was powerful, this was the Rolling Stone, which is an entertainment-based publication that is read at most record companies and entertainment-based companies like movie companies where a lot of people work and they can see it. And it's speaking directly to them.
Well,
this is bullshit and it needs to be called out. This is what we do. This is speaking truth to power. This is not bull. That's not what they're doing. Is this they want to erase history. They're getting mad. They're getting pushback from everybody. So they're trying to go to the lawmakers and put out this lie that it's not happening the way they say it is. It's not happening. People are not dying over there.
It's real big now to use the AI voice to explain because niggas don't read. I can't say it no other way. So we have to begin to educate ourselves, and it's crazy that no one is having real conversations, especially Black Democrats, that their party has been taken over right under their noses, and they don't even want to see it. As I went back to the early day with the early conversation with Wagstaff, I'm like, dude, do you think those 2,300 people are going to vote for you to be the first Black DA? Because they're not looking at your qualifications. They're looking at your skin. And we got to have real honest conversations about that. And then so they're doing a detriment to really the rise of Black political power. This election, we could have the first Black district attorney. We could elect the first Black congressman in District 16, and we could put in the first Black woman in District 17, or reelect reelect Mondeir Jones, who was the first Black man in District 17 before. So, I mean, we have an opportunity to finally have some type of political power where people look like us in these decision-making positions on especially the DA's office. Everybody's crying about how bad the criminal justice system is. And nobody's upset that they done brought over 2,300 Republicans that ain't going to vote for them. So now he's already 2,300 votes in a hole. Like, what are we doing, Black people in Westchester County? Are we just happy to have some jobs? Happy to go to work every day? And then that's it? and they give us some chicken at a barbecue and things like that, and we're all good. But we're not looking at real power. We just happy to sit at the table. I sat at the table for 2 years, and they wasted my goddamn time. That's what they did. Nothing got done, and that's what they do. We just happy. We just happy to sit at the table. So we really have to start looking at what's going on. Because sooner or later, you won't be able to get a black elected official on a state and a federal level. Only black ones you're going to see is going to be in Mount Vernon. On a county level, if they keep that 2,300, they could swing the Democratic primary Republicans now. Listen to what I'm saying. 2,300 Republicans switched their party to the Democratic Party, only to be Bowman. But when they're specific, say we want to take out the first black man, but do you think they're going to stop there? And not one black pastor in Westchester County has said anything publicly about this. Not one black leader in Westchester County has said anything about this publicly.
So wait. So my apologies. I have been talking about what has my attention been on for the last 10 minutes, because you've been talking and I haven't been looking in the screen. A future guest, somebody was supposed to be on today, they got the time messed up, and we're gonna have to reschedule them. And I'm working through that and talking to others who are watching the show.
Right in my mouth. That's what we do.
No. But I just want to address the comment that I just got. But go ahead.
No, while you was, I was doing the same thing while you was. I was doing the same thing. But we have to recognize that, man. Like, come on, y'all. Y'all wake up and see what's actually going on in front of your face. And if they pull this off in June, I could say Ken Jenkins should forget about it because they're gonna run somebody against him. They're gonna stab him in the back. This is the opportunity we have as black people. Like, and it's very important because our black children need to see people in those power positions. Whether we disagree with Obama or not, the most important thing of Obama's presidency, that young black children can see a black family in that White House.
I was married at the time. I had two stepdaughters that were actually the same age as Obama's daughters. And I was always nailing that home for them. What you see when you turn on the TV, none of us have ever seen. You know what I'm saying? When I was your age, Amy Carter didn't look like me, and whatever the other kids, that's the only kid I can remember, presidential kid. None of them kids you could actually see two black girls that are actually your age that look like you in the White House for the first time ever. That's powerful. You know what I'm saying? Representation is everything. If you see it, you can achieve it. A lot of times we don't go certain places and we don't achieve certain things because we can't even see it in ourselves. We tell our children, yeah, you could be the first this, first that, but they ain't never seen nothing. I've heard other people tell their kids, oh, you could be the first black president. They ain't never seen a black president. They ain't even think that was possible. But my stepdaughters were able to see themselves every time Obama brought his family out. And that was powerful. Representation is everything. But we also have to be careful Everyone who looks like us is not for us. So that's the work we got to do. You know what I'm saying? To find out if these are really authentic or they're just black faces that they're putting in a place to you know what I'm saying, to pacify us. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, you got a black this and a black, but that person is loyal to you, not to us. That person don't represent us. You know what I'm saying? And we have that. Like that elected official down south, and Trump told him he was Martin Luther King on steroids. He was Martin Luther King twice, times two. This dude ain't talking about nothing that benefit black people. He want to take all the black rights away, ban books, and do all the other stuff that everybody else want to do. That dude don't represent us, but he a black face.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Tim Scott don't represent me and you. He a black face. But he chucking and jiving to get on Trump's team, kissing that man's ass every chance he can, playing the hell out of himself, making us all look bad. Shucking and jiving. But I'm just saying, I'm not saying that you can't be a black Republican, and I'm not even saying you can't support Trump. But I'm saying this man is kissing his ass and doing everything and shucking and jiving, and that shit don't do us no good either.
Because he's trying to be VP.
Yeah, I know.
But that's how Trump gets him. I don't know what it is about Trump.
Yeah,
but that's
I was just using him as an example of somebody that's a black face that don't represent us. Like I was just saying, every black face.
Well, I mean, look, there's black Democrats that don't represent them.
Absolutely. I'm talking about locally too. Locally too. Yeah, I just didn't call the names out yet. Locally,
there's a whole bunch of questionable DNA family members. You know, when it comes to representing black interests, you know, and they sell us out, you know, all the time.
Need to have their black cards revoked, point blank. Yeah.
Well, we one day we're gonna make a list of expired black people.
Yep, people with expired black cards. They no good no more. They're no longer invited to the cookout.
Black community
They're no longer invited to the cookout. Their cards are no good.
Exactly. Yeah, because I've already seen some shucking and jiving, you know, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting for one of them to come at us, you know, for what we say, and I can't wait. I can't.
And it's gonna happen because it's happened before.
Yeah, I can't wait for one of them to come at us.
Because they always use one of us to try to take another one down. They always use somebody that look like us. And every movement, every pro-black movement, everything.
Exactly.
They use a black person to get in to tear down them groups and them leaders.
But this shows you how serious it is. But it's still, man, like we should be really disappointed in the silence to what's going on. Like I really don't. I mean, it's sad.
I'm getting text messages calling out a few names.
Well, we're gonna listen. We're gonna make a list.
And I agree. To the message you got, I agree 100%. But we'll save that for another day. But I agree with you 100%. He is definitely one of them. Yes.
You know, so it's amazing, and we have to pull a list out sooner or later. You know, because these people, whoever said anything, you know,
silence comes off as complicit. You know, y'all quote Martin Luther King all the time. And one of the things he said is, and I paraphrase, it's not those people coming at us that is our biggest threat. It's y'all that are silent about it and won't speak up against it. That's a bigger threat. Those that look like us, who are silent and won't say nothing. They see it and they know it, but they won't say nothing. Y'all are a bigger threat than the people that are coming after us.
Yeah, basically. Everybody that came out, you know, is not a support of terrorism. See, that's, see what he just said? That all Palestine, that's the same.
He said 85%, but yes. Yeah.
But that's the same talking points of
APAC.
George Lattimore when I asked him, when I asked him, are all Muslims part of Hamas? And it took him 10 days to respond to that. To one question, just yes or no. Do you believe that all Muslims are part of Hamas?
And he actually didn't respond to you. He responded to all the media outlets who followed us, who then called him. That's what he responded to.
Well, he responded it in a response to Bowman.
Okay.
Right? But that was for me. But it was too late after that because, he was denounced by two Muslim mosque organizations that are in New York. And this is what we're talking about.
And there's also Jewish people here who don't stand with that, who came out to a protest.
I think the deeper understanding is that the Democratic Party is being polarized, and they're doing it on purpose. We, humanity thinking people, or people just really understand, where's the true Democrats at? Because, to have all these Republicans transfer over and be clear the fact that they're transferring over to take out a Democrat, I would, that's like the Crips jumping over to the Bloods, to take out a Blood. That's the easiest way I can say it, is the Bloods want to take out one of their own, and they bring over 2,300 Crips to be in the Bloods to take out a Blood. That's how insane that sounds. That's how insane that sounds. But that's what they're doing right here in the Westchester County Democratic Party. Y'all better wake up. Y'all better really wake up.
Like that scene from School Days at the end. Wake up.
Yeah. No, y'all better wake up, man. Because it's really crazy. Westchester Democrats better pay fucking attention to what's going down.
Yo, as we come to the close of the show, I want, if you saw something in here that you felt was important, that needs to get out, share this with your people. Continue this conversation with your people. If you're watching this on YouTube, do me a favor right now, subscribe and like the video and share the video with others. You know what I'm saying? And share the links. You read something on Black Westchester, you see a clip on social media, share it with your people and start a conversation. This needs to be talked about everywhere. We're provoking these conversations. We're starting them. This show is the start of a conversation, not the finish of a conversation. Now it's up to y'all to continue this conversation and to act on it. Y'all quick to talk about Obama and quote Obama. He said, "Be the change you want to see." I just saw something, and this is people might not feel me on the example, but so this brother asked this woman, what does she want in a man? And asked her to write everything down. Security, this, that, and the other, to be able to do this and all that, health, wealth, all this other stuff. He said, write everything down, write it all down. He said, now look over this list. Are you willing to give all of that to get that? She goes all quiet. What are you willing to do for the changes that you want to see? The things that you complain about. What are you willing to do about it? What are you willing to do? Are you just going to sit there and complain? What are you willing to do about it? And I'm going to leave it there. That's all I have to say.
So,
she said the true Democrats turned independent. I'm one of them. So yeah, I agree.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Panama. You're welcome. And if anyone wants to buy Jesus of the Black Palestinian hat, I'm putting the link right in there. The link's in there, and the link will be in the description of the video also, along with the Hawass ice, the smell good of the day. Sisters, if you want your significant other or your brother, your uncle, or whoever, your son, to smell good this summertime, trying you get this Hawass ice. It's very good. See, I put a nice dent in it. You know, and that's it.
And don't forget to buy all three of my books on Amazon, and all David's books are on Amazon. Buy the books.
Yeah. I'm gonna make an ending video in that too. All right. Peace out, everybody.
Until next time, peace.
Have a blacktastic day and enjoy. Peace.
22 million black victims of Americanism are waking up, and they're gaining a new political consciousness, becoming politically mature. And as they develop this political maturity, they're able to see the recent trends in these political elections. Any minority that has a block of votes that stick together is in a strategic position. Either way you go, that's who gets it. You're in a position to determine who go to the White House and who stay in the doghouse. You're the one who has that power. You and I have never seen democracy. All we've seen is hypocrisy. Today, look around America. We see America not through the eyes of someone who has enjoyed the fruits of Americanism. We see America through the eyes of someone who has been the victim of Americanism. We don't see any American dream. We've experienced only the American nightmare. We haven't benefited from America's democracy. We've only suffered from America's hypocrisy. And the generation that's coming up now can see it and are not afraid to say it. And are not afraid